Hey guys, it's Mike with Redneck Politics, where real American voices matter. Today, I'm going to continue to discuss what I have been discussing these past couple of videos, and that is what is happening on the streets of America by these ICE agents and these border patrols. And I'm going to be the first one to say, I am all for stopping illegal immigrants from coming in this country. I am all for locking that border down because we have been overrun by immigrants. And I hear people constantly saying, well, if it wasn't for Biden, he had an open border policy and 20 million people come into this country. Now, do I know if those numbers are correct? I don't. Do I agree with having an open border such as that? No, I do not. But to lay the blame on the doorstep of Biden is just bullshit. It's a cop-out, it's an excuse, it's the same blame game that has continuously happened in our government. Blaming it on somebody else, somebody else's fault. For years, we have had a problem with this immigration policies. It goes back, and for most of us who have age on us, and I'm a baby boomer. I'm one of the last of the baby boomers. So I can tell you from experience that throughout the years, and I mean a lot of years, up to 20, maybe even 30, maybe even more, we have been needing to do something about this border. And yet no administration, whether it be Republican or whether it be Democrat, has done one thing about immigration until now. And I am glad that Trump locked this border down. What I'm not happy about, and what people aren't discussing, is that during the campaign, you had a bipartisan bill going to the floor to be voted on for us to have a new immigration system. And what happened? Trump told his people, no, don't you dare vote on this, because I've got to have something to win the presidency on. So therefore, we're going to let the problem ride, let it continue to just get out of hand until I become the president. And he said he was going to come in and he was going to take out all the bad folks that are illegal immigrants who have criminal records and get them out of here. I'm all for it, 100% for it. One of the other things is I am all for allowing immigration, ICE, DHS, whoever, they need to be allowed to go into these prisons and in these county jails and take the people who have been charged with the crime, who are already sitting in jail, who are illegal immigrants. I mean, you have them there. You don't have to go around these son of a bitches up nowhere. You've already got them locked up. And yet, for some reason, there's a battle going on between the states and the administration on being able to do this. To me, I feel like no matter what state you're in, you've already got the criminals locked up. Let ICE and DHS come in there, get these people, and get them the hell out of this country. Because as long as you're not doing that, as long as you're not allowing them access, they're going to continue to go into the streets of America. And it's awful funny. It's all blue states, okay? Not red states. Because I'm going to tell you something. I lived in Texas a many, many years. And it's red state as it can be. But you let ICE go into Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, pulling this kind of shit, and what's going on in Minnesota, that's going to be a cakewalk. Same way with Miami, Florida. You got immigrants all over that city. Florida's a red state. But you see, they're not sending them into these places. And if they do, like they sent ICE into New Orleans, and that's a red state. All right, Louisiana's a red state. But they didn't stay very long. They only did just enough to make a showing so they could say, well, we're doing something in red states too. Bullshit. Bullshit. So automatically going into this, you already have an assumption that it's just blue states. And see, that's where you're wrong. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. It don't make me no two shits. I'm an American. That's what I am. And so are you. And the thing of it is each and every one of us, just from being raised by our parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and being in our schools, we know the difference between right and wrong. We know. And when you see something happening that is wrong, but you sell out your own self because you want to be able to be a voice for a system that is being run ragged. They're rogue. These people are assaulting American citizens. They are going into cities and they are profiling and dragging citizens up and down the street by the back of their neck, who are pepper spraying them 4 foot in front of them, just pepper spraying the hell out of them. That's assault, people. This guy, Privy, the 37-year-old ICU nurse, who worked in the Veterans Hospital, man, this dude saved lives. He don't have no criminal record. He don't have any of that shit. He is nothing but a good, upstanding American citizen who is trying to do the right things. And when he saw that ICE agent or that Border Patrol agent showed that woman violently, he automatically done what he's always done all his life. The same thing you would have done. Things you have done all your life. And that was to protect others against bullies. This man instantly went to her aid. And then you had 7 officers drag him off, start kicking him in the face, kicking him in the stomach, kicking him in the back. They took his gun away from him and shot him 10 fucking times. Now you can paint that picture any way you want, but it's fucking murder. There's ways to do this. There are right ways to do this. And our federal government needs to work with these states and be allowed to go into these prisons and to these county jails and take these son of a bitches who are here illegally, who have committed serious crimes. Those guys are in jail. They've already been convicted, or they're waiting to be tried. Either way, you're here illegally. There's no if, ands, or buts. They've had their due process. Snatch them the hell out of here and get them gone. But when you go out here randomly into a city and you just jump out with 50 officers and start snatching people, well, what do you think these people are going to do, man? The same thing you would do if it was you. You know, I want to say this. As an immigrant, I understand why you want to come to this country. The same reasons why all of our forefathers come to this country. And that's better education. That's a better life, a better living. It's not run by some dictatorship. You know, they want a chance for a future too. We welcome those people because that's how America was created, is on the back of immigrants. But as an immigrant, I want you to understand, you have certain rights, but you also have certain responsibilities. And that responsibility is to give back to a country that is trying to help you. That means you're here as a guest. And as a guest, you act like a guest. No different if you went to someone's home, you clean up after yourself, you make the beds, whatever it is. You have a responsibility to give back. And by being here illegally, that's not being responsible. And so therefore you have broke that trust. And you can't expect any give out. You can't expect anybody to just hand you stuff. You have a certain responsibility as an immigrant to do what you need to do to be able to become a citizen, and that is abide by all laws. So now let me get away from that for a minute, because I've talked to the immigrant. One thing I do enjoy is I enjoy my comments. Whether they're good or whether they're bad, it doesn't matter. I enjoy them because I get to hear from different people. And sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. But yeah, I had someone send me a comment, and the comment was that I must be, you must be ignorant. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, let me say this. If all you do is sit at the house and watch TV, and then you get on here and you make snide-ass comments about something you don't agree with, and you're not out here trying to make a difference in this country, as I'm trying to do, then I can tell you the best thing for you to do is either get up off your ass and start making a difference, or shut the fuck up, because you are nothing but a distraction. And as far as I'm concerned, you can keep them little snide ass comments to yourself, because it's not going to stop me from doing what I think is the right thing to do, and that's to speak out. Everybody has that right. Everyone. Things are going to continue to get worse. Maybe with Trump and Waltz talking, them taking out the Border Patrol, head of the Border Patrol, and bringing in Holman, which I don't really see how that's going to be much better. But any way that we can rein in the violence, because innocent people are out here being killed. These are American citizens. You are not talking about immigrants that you're out here shooting. You're not talking about raiding a house that's got immigrants in there that's loaded with weapons. It's a major standoff, and now you got a firefight with them. No, you're talking about American citizens that you're fucking killing. Go after what you said. Everybody in America, I believe, supports getting rid of illegal immigrants who are over here causing harm and chaos and committing crimes to this country. They need to be gone. And I do believe one of the most important things there is each state should allow ICE and DHS to go into these prisons and go into these county jails, because these people have already had their due process and they've already been convicted. Hell, you know how many of them you will get out of here? There's 2.2% of immigrants that are up in Minnesota. And Kristi Noem, to hear her say it, that they've arrested 70%, which is a crock of shit, because even from their own website it shows that there's about 40%. But what gets me is every time they get on TV or they talk to someone, their bold-faced line, when everybody has seen what they've needed, they've seen the videos. They know that you're bold-faced lying to them. And y'all keep doing it over and over. That is no way to win the next election. And I got a funny ass feeling that you really don't give a damn about the next election, because I believe y'all got some bullshit coming up. Y'all gonna scheme, because you know right now the Republicans are losing their ass, and come midterms, the Democrats are gonna blow them out of the water. Now, I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. What you say you're gonna do, you do. Or don't say it, or don't run for office. But don't try to lie to the American people when they're seeing shit for themselves and try to make them out as if they're fucking stupid. So, guys, there's going to be a lot that you're going to hear from this point. Not just from me, but a lot of others. We're going to stay on top of it. And if you want this type, you like this type of content, please hit the alert bell, hit that like, and most of all, hit subscribe. If you want to hear the truth, you want to hear the facts, I'm going to bring it to you every day. Because right now, we can't even depend on our media. Right now, our media is so damn scared of Trump, and Trump's going to sue them, that they're scared to even actually put out the truth from being sued. Which is bullshit. Because as a human being, you know what the right thing is. You know what you need to do. You know what you should do. And with that in your conscience and in the way you were brought up, doing the right thing is the only thing. This is really not hard. This is about doing the right thing. And this is on anybody. So guys, hit that subscribe. I'll keep you up to date. And you guys have a good day. Peace, nothing but love to you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.